Hi everyone, welcome to Get Lifted. Today I'm going to be talking about self-control. Well, what is self-control? Well, the definition is ability to manage oneself's actions, emotions, and desires, or the expression of them in one's behavior, especially in difficult situations. Now, if we're honest with each other, we all lack in a little self-control, whether it be eating too much or eating things that we shouldn't really be eating, or maybe our finances that we spend on money that really we should put back in savings or spend on bills. Or maybe the common ones, drugs, alcohol, the abuse of drugs and alcohol nowadays, or eat like even working too much, getting away from your family and not spending much as time as with your family, and you're working so much. Or even our mouth, we tend to gossip when we shouldn't really gossip, when we hear rumors about people, and instead of keeping our mouth shut, we tend to, spread those rumors or that gossip that we really shouldn't. So we all lack in a little self-control, but this is something that we really need to work on. Now, when we don't have self-control, we can lose a lot. We can lose our family. You can lose your money, our health. We can lose a lot of things when we don't have self-control in our life. In Galatians 5:17, it says, "For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would." So we always want to please our flesh, and pleasing our flesh instead of our spirit kind of leads us not where we should be. That's why we need self-control. Self-control helps us not to please our flesh, because we battle our flesh every day. I'm gonna read some statistics to you. Did you know that there are over 300 million porn sites alone? 30% minors who agreed to meet a stranger that they only met online. 86% of people ages 18 or older reported they drink alcohol. An estimated 24.6 million people in the U.S. used some kind of illegal drug in the past 30 days. 39.6%, which is over 70 million adults in the U.S., are obese. We need to learn self-control and not pleasing our flesh. There's so much things in this world that are just want to please the flesh, that's entertainment, that's sinful, and we need to control that. We need to have self-control. We can't just cast out our flesh, but we have to crucify our flesh. In Matthew 16:24, it says, "Then said Jesus unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." So we can't cast out, like I said, we can't cast out our flesh, because we battle it every day. It's just a natural thing that we battle every day, and it's hard, and this is why we need self-control. This is why we need to crucify our flesh and have self-control. And you may tell me, well, I think I have self-control. I have overcame that drug or that addiction or that bad habit. Well, let me tell you something. That addiction or that bad habit will come back. You may have overcome it 10 years ago, but it may come back and stir things up, and or hurt you. It may destroy you. The thing that may have destroyed you in the past will always try to come back and stir things up and just try to destroy you again. So you may have a drinking problem. You may have a drinking problem, and you may have overcame that and say, "Well, I don't deal with that no more," you know. But there's that temptation's always going to come back. The devil is only here to steal, kill, and destroy. And then I'm going to leave with one more scripture. And it's in 1 Corinthians 10:13. There hath no temptation taketh you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. But will the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So even if that temptation comes in front of you, maybe it was from your past and you've overcome it, or maybe you've never done it before, but that temptation is always going to be there. God has made a way for us to control that and overcome. He's not going to tempt us more than we can bear. He's not going to give us more than we can bear. And we can overcome that temptation and say, no, that's not for me. So I encourage you to, work on self-control, because in order to say no, we have to have that self-control in our flesh. We have to work on our self-control. And maybe you have maybe like a food addiction, or maybe money problem, maybe drugs, or maybe things that you shouldn't be looking up on the internet, or maybe even your emotions. Maybe you get angry. I encourage you to work on that, and I'm preaching to myself to work on your self-control. God bless you guys.